Great. So good morning, beautiful one. Sorry, distracted. Last weekend, some of you know this because you were in class with me on Tuesday, but last weekend I had an opportunity to be up in the Catskills as well with some dear sister green witches. One of them has a home that she just bought up there, and so I went up there to do some spell work with them, which was really magical. And one of the mornings, Sunday morning, I was there from Friday to Sunday morning, I got up and went outside onto their deck to have a cup of coffee and just, sit and meditate. And it's very difficult to close your eyes and meditate, right, when everything is so beautiful. And so, I choose to keep my eyes open. And this wonderful, and I was talking to Eileen about this yesterday, like I felt like what I was seeing in front of me was this sparkling, magical place that was like between the veils of earth and heaven and sky and all of the wonderful, another word I can use, just all of these different dimensions it looked like I was looking into. And then I kind of said, oh, it must just be the dew. And Eileen looked at me yesterday. She's like, stop it. It was the magical place between the veils is what you were seeing, the place beyond time and space. And so I wrote something that I'll read again as I read it the other day. And then something also came across that I want to read to you, and then I want to chant. So that's where we're going right now. So what I wrote was, she says, I come to serve. My very essence is to heal what is needed in this moment. I don't live in the past, and I don't live in the future. For I listen deeply to the cries of nature and her children. I see what in this moment I can help nourish and support. I'm not here to fix you, for you are not broken. I am here to help awaken all that you are, and I am the space between the inhale and the exhale. If I was a weed, this is exactly what I might say. And maybe we're all a little bit like a weed. That is to say, we are sacred medicine, yet we've forgotten our power to heal. We are all healers and shamans and medicine women and men. We came to this lifetime with one job, and that's to elevate ourselves through love, to serve mankind, nature, and the planet. But we lose our wisdom because we are told we aren't what we thought we were, children of the sacred mother. We tend to live in the past or in the future and miss the magic that is offered right here in this moment. May I listen deeply to how the wind blows, what messages are being shared when I hold this moment so dear. I do come with a translator, the trees. I come with a compass, the sun and the moon, and I come with a story, the rock people. I am a farmer of truth. I am the keeper and caretaker of this land. I am the gatherer of peace, and I am the doctor and the nurse healing our deepest wounds. And I am the weaver of the web of destruction and creation. May I return to this place of knowing who I am. May I assist by the taste, smell, and touch of the wild ones, my dear wild weeds. They help me to be a dreamer, a protector, the one that helps to awaken my wild side, helps to calm me down so I can return to my wildest dreams and visions. I know these wild ones are tonic for my entire being, and they help me to digest life. Parvati asks Shiva to share the secrets of the universe. So may I whisper to you this secret. The way to experience the magic is to arrive in the luminous throb between any breath. Here lies a place of pure joy that connects you to the rhythms of life, the power to heal, and the gift of now. So please be here now. And this came across my feed, which I absolutely love. And it just kind of connected with the moment I said that we're never broken. She says, will you hold my hand for a little while? I don't need you to save me. No need for you to fix anything. No need for you to hold my pain. But will you simply hold my hand? I do not need your words, your thoughts, nor your shoulder to carry me. But will you sit here for a while with me? While my tears will stream, while my heart will shatter, my mind will play tricks on me. Will you be in my presence and let me know that I'm not alone? And while I wander into my own inner unknown, for my darkness is mine to face, my pain is mine to feel, and my wounds are mine to heal. But will you sit with me here while I courageously show up for it all, my dear? For I am bright because of my darkness, beautiful because of my brokenness, and strong due to my tender heart. but will you take my hand lovingly when I sometimes journey into the dark? I don't ask for you to take away my darkness. I don't expect for you to brighten my day. I don't believe that you can mend my pain. But I would surely love if you could just sit for a while and hold my hand until I find my way out of my shadowland. So will you hold my hand until I return again? So our chant is Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma Mai. Look, behold, God is everywhere. Look, behold, God is everywhere. To see God in everything. So call and response. Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma, Maya. Try. Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma, Maya. Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma, Maya. Try. Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma, Maya. Look, behold, God is everywhere. 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 Sarvam Brahma, Maya Re Re, Sarvam Brahma, Maya. 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 Look, behold, God is everywhere. 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 See that sparkling magic in every moment. So easy to miss it when we get stuck in our mind. Let your eyes open. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's begin to do some cat and cow, moving your spine. Wait, I don't know, friends. I might have sent you something. Thanks, Veronica. Veronica sent the chant because I couldn't. Ay, ay, ay. And then please, as you feel ready, lift your hips high to the sky and press that downward facing dog. And just settle into these hands and these feet. Settle into this mind. There's nothing wrong with our mind. It's a matter of seeing when it runs here and there. Seeing when it takes itself off on a journey. And seeing how much we can miss when we get caught up in the mind stuff. Go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands, standing forward bend. Maybe bend your knees here. Maybe separate your feet about 2 fists width apart. And feel that connection to your feet and below the earth that's holding you, not fixing you. Support that you have by just being held. Really love that idea, and I've been thinking about it a lot, how it feels just to be held. Not fixed, not changed, but held with love. And then bend those knees deeply and take your arms forward and up. Come into chair. You're reaching through the armpits and you're drawing in through the rib cage, and you're sending your sit bones back and wide. Your inner knees stay wide, but your shins hug in. And I know that's a lot of information at once. But see how powerful you are. Thunderbolt is another name for this pose, right? How strong you are. Rise up, take a baby back bend. And then as you come back into the mountain pose, keep the arms up, just bend the elbows wide. Soften the front ribs, take the tops of your thighs back. And then lean back, and feel your throat as it moves back. Feel the shoulder blades as they draw onto the back. That is gorgeous. And then bow forward again, offering yourself back to the earth. Stepping your left leg back behind you into lunge. Inhale those arms up to the sky, nice high lunge. Keep the back heel lifted so you're playing with your balance. You're even drawing the heel a little bit higher and taking that back leg and keeping it so strong. And then bend those elbows again and lean back, Send your knee forward. Really beautiful. That constant squeeze and kiss at the shoulder blades. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Breathe deep into your lungs and bow forward, exhale. Sweet, everybody. Left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky twist. And take that upper arm over your ear and extend from your outer hip, press back. Nice. And then release the hand down to the floor, stepping your right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Right leg back, down dog split. Beautiful. Pull your knee into your nose, squeeze it in. Press it all the way back to the split and then lie that foot down onto the floor. Stepping the left foot forward and coming into the nice high lunge, reaching the arms to the sky. And again, lift that back heel nice and high. Press that back leg to as straight as it'll go, but bend your front knee and then bend your elbows and lean back. Be held. Clasping your hands behind your back, take a breath in, deep into your lungs, deep breath in, and then bow forward. So beautiful and graceful. Right hand touches the floor, left arm touches the sky. And take your left arm over your ear, tack that left hip crease back. Nice, Susie. And then let the left hand float to the floor, send your left leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Nice, Kathy. Sasha, pull your knee towards your nose, squeeze in. Feel the rib cage lift. And then land that left foot back down onto the floor, drop down to your knees and press back into child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Right, it's the questions that Parvati asks. And they're so beautiful. Right? She asks, beloved and radiant Lord of the space between before birth, revealer of essence, slayer of the ignorance that binds us, You who play have created this universe and permeated all forms in it with never-ending truth. I've been wondering. I have been listening to the hymns of creation, enchanted by the verses, yet still I am curious. What is this delight-filled universe into which we find ourselves born? What is this mysterious awareness shimmering everywhere within it? Come on up to your hands and knees, downward facing dog. First of all, I love the fact, and I think I'll do this next time I go to ask Neil a question. Beloved and radiant one of the space before birth, revealer of essence, layer of the ignorance that binds us, you who in play have created this universe and permeated all forms in it with never-ending truth. I have been wondering. Start with that question for your beloved. Forward to plank. See God everywhere. Lower down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Do intoxicated cobra. Swing yourself from side to side. Hip swing, shoulder swing. Open your mouth. Beautiful, Lisa. Yes. Nice, Brooke. And downward facing dog. That's why I hang out with you. Beautiful ones. Good. Step that right foot forward. This time, low lunge. So drop the back knee to the mat. Inhale the arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana. And then let your hands rest down onto that right thigh and press that thigh forward, giving you that kind of sense of pulling the shoulders back, but going deep into the pelvis, dropping into your pelvis. Maybe even close your eyes for a moment and just feel a sense of being held, being supported, not having to change a damn thing. And then inhaling your arms up to the sky, eyes wide open, but soft gaze. Lean back. Beautiful. Release the hands down inside the right foot. Lift your back knee up. And walk your hands forward to the upper left-hand corner of your mat, maybe dissolving down to your elbows if you'd like, or staying with the elbows lifted. Taking your sit bones back. Yeah, and maybe using blocks underneath your forearms. That's quite helpful. Nice, Andra. Yep. Relaxing your jaw. Deepen your breath, and maybe taking that moment to find the pause between the inhale and the exhale. Good. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Lift your back knee and walk to the left until you come to the center of your mat. Prasarita Padottanasana. And a deep bow. Feet are parallel to each other. So legs are nice and wide, super wide. And you're facing the long side of your mat. Yeah, Brooke, turn to the left. There you go. You got it, my friend. Excellent. Good. Now clasp your hands behind your back and bend your elbows for a moment. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears and then start to bring your arms straight behind your back, keeping your hands together. And if this is really difficult, you can always have a strap between your hands. Super beautiful. Always bending knees is fine. Finding the front of your feet and the back of your feet, dropping your hands down to the floor, walk to the front of your mat, step back, downward facing dog. Svanasana. Taking it forward to plank. Lowering all the way down to your belly. Rising up into cobra, either the intoxicated cobra or keeping the hands flat. Drawing the throat back. You're really enjoying that sense of freedom. Beautiful, everybody. Ah, love it. Nice. Downward facing dog. Wow, so beautiful. Left foot steps forward, please. Dropping your right knee to the mat. Inhaling your arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Nice, Susan. Beautiful, Gail, Lynn. And then place your hands on your thigh and just take a moment to close your eyes and feel. I do realize when you're away from your home, it's easier to calm the mind and see things differently, especially in beautiful settings, right? Inhale those arms up to the sky. Exhale your hands down inside of your left foot. Walking your hands forward to the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Maybe lift the back knee, maybe not, up to you. Maybe dissolve to those elbows. Keep thinking of pressing the sit bones back and wide. So kind of easy and comfortable, right? To drop the hips and do nothing, but see what it feels like to kind of press those hips back. Get the space in the low belly. Enjoy your breath. I was laughing because when I was away, they did not have milk. And milk is the only thing that I have really dairy-wise in my coffee. And they didn't have it. So I had oat milk. And I know I've tried it before, but I didn't like it. And so I keep saying, no, I'll just have milk. That'll be the last thing, right? That I give up. Don't give up. And of course, when I came back home, I'm like, let me try because it was really good up there. But, then I told my mind it was only good up there because I was on vacation. Lift up your hips and walk to the right side. But I've stayed with it. And it's delicious at home, too. It's just so funny how your mind makes up these stories. You liked it because you were on vacation. Drop into your feet, front of your feet, back of your feet. And then if you can be brilliant, which I know you can, bring your hands behind you and clasp your hands, but do the awkward handhold so the other thumb weaves in first. And then bend your elbow, shrug your shoulders towards your ears, and take your arms up and over in your mouth. So you just stretch your wrists a little differently when you change the hand position. Absolutely beautiful, everybody. Great shoulder stretch. Drop the hands down to the floor. Walk back to the front of the mat. Step back, downward facing. When we move like this, we're just moving through the joints, right? So it's quite lubricating for all the joints to move in the way you do. That's why we do vinyasa, right? It helps to really get into those really juicy places that maybe can be stagnant. Forward to plank. And use your right hand to hold you, Vashisthasana. Stack your left leg on top of your right, and or drop your bottom knee down to the floor. Your left arm comes to the sky. And so you're in a sideways, stacking that left leg on top or stepping that leg behind you or lowering your bottom knee. Sasha looks beautiful. Yes. Nice, Elisa. And then touch down and try the other side. Kristen, beautiful. Alana. Let's try the other side. Sweet Allison. Yeah, so strong, so powerful. And then open up that chest. Again, a sense of really being held. Nice. Linda, lower that down, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Stepping that right foot forward. Lower the back knee down to the mat again. And then straighten the front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Dig that right heel down, pull it back so that right hip crease moves back and your right and left hip are in the same line. And then bow over that right leg. Some of you are like, I don't want to do half Hanuman. I want to go for the full one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take it to where you want to take it to. But breathe deeply and find beauty in this moment, in this breath, in this space between the inhale and the exhale. What is the light-filled universe into which we find ourselves born? What's the mystery, the mysterious awareness shimmering everywhere within it? What is the mystery? What do I miss when I get caught up in my mind? The way things should be, the way things I do things, the way that I do things. Come on, back up. Beautiful, everybody. Downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. If not, stepping your left foot forward, lowering your back knee, And coming into either Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, or moving toward a fuller split, keeping those hips nice and square. Making sure in split pose that you have a sense of pulling in from both sides. So even nice in Hanuman to keep that back shin very active. Keep the back shin very active, or back toes tucked, or some way the back leg is steadying you. And then allowing that front leg to go as straight as possible. Maybe even blocks underneath your hands. Breathing in and breathing out. Love that. Can you just hold my hand and be with me in the space and hold me without trying to fix me or change me? Come on out, downward facing dog. Walk or jump to squat, please. You know, squatting is one of my favorite things in the world. Clearing of that womb energy, healing that pelvic energy. And only I can do it for me, right? And then touch the hands to the floor, let your hips raise to the ceiling and come into a forward bend. Place your hands on your hips, press down through your legs, rise up to stand. Release your arms alongside the body, close your eyes for a moment. Maybe hold each other in this space of love, support. Paravam Brahma, Maya Rave. Hold God is everywhere. So Garudasana, I think I've been a little addicted to Garudasana lately. So eagle pose. Let's take your right knee on top of your left knee. So you lift that knee all the way up, and then you almost sit back toward a chair, so the butt comes way back. Gorgeous. And then you take your your left elbow on top of your right elbow. I think one of the fun parts of this is I feel like I'm squeezing so deeply with the arms and the legs, but I am squeezing the shins and I am squeezing the forearms, but I want to try to pull apart the armpits. I want to try to pull apart the inner thighs and keep the sit bones wide. And then feel your back body, maybe by curling forward a little bit more. Here's Kathy. And then with breath and with only breath, don't hold your breath, fly away. Sweet. All right, let's try the other side. I like that. Linda has a block. So if you wanted to, and I think it actually really works very well because it gives you something to press into. But left knee on top of right knee. And if you want to place a block on that right side, you're welcome to try that too. And then wrap your right elbow on top of your left elbow. So left knee on top of right, right elbow on top of left. And then find yourself just playing. Very, very playful here. Should I round my back? Does that feel better? Should I come forward? Should I lift up? Am I holding my breath, my breathing? Try to smile. And then fly away. Very nice. Good. Hug that left knee into your chest. Place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Flex your left foot, sit back to chair. Good. Reach down and pick up that knee and that foot. So take your hands down, pick your knee up, pick your foot up, and come to stand, holding your foot and your knee. Bringing that foot and knee up towards your navel. Good. Now hand off that foot to your left hand and send that left leg out as if you're doing a standing half frog. So bend the knee out to the side. That's it, Gail. Beautiful. Keep the navel drawn in. Take the inner groin way back. So that left inner groin needs to go way back. And then start to straighten that leg out to the left any amount. Super beautiful. Come on back. And release. Good. Yeah, be careful about popping your ribs forward here, right? To get balance, we tend to think that that has to move forward. So keeping that rib cage back and that navel in. Go ahead and sit back into chair, bringing your right ankle onto your left knee. Arms up in chair. Groins are already moving back and wide, so this is perfect. You got to keep that action. And then lift your foot up, come to stance. You're straightening your standing leg. Nice. Hand off that foot to your right hand. Send that right knee out to the right like a half frog. And then take your inner groin back and wide, even lean forward a little bit. Nice, Meredith. And then start to take that leg out to straight any amount. A strap is great here too. Amazing. And bring it all the way back and release it down. Very beautiful. Let's do one more standing since we're here. Bring your left knee into your chest. Again, if you want to have a strap, you can grab one. If you're going to hold this foot, hold this left foot and then stretch the leg to straight out in front of you. You could do the big toe lock if you'd like to, which means that you just take your left hand, hold the big toe and stretch it out. You want to make sure that the foot stays nice and flexed though, so that you're pushing not just the baby toe forward, but the big toe forward as well. Try to keep the chest lifted. Now keep the leg where it is and stretch the arm straight up to the sky. Keep the leg where it is, stretch the arm straight up. And release that foot down. Good. Hug your right knee into your chest. Lift up through your chest. Lift up, drawing the navel in and up. And then go ahead and if you're doing the big toe lock, you're reaching for the right big toe with your right hand. Maybe a strap, maybe both hands. I like that too. You're lifting through your spine, getting as long as you can. And then try to keep that leg exactly where it is and stretch your arms up to the sky. Oh yeah. And release down. Good job. I love the serious look on all your faces. Good. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Good. Step back to plank. Lower the knees to the mat. Press back into child's pose. I have been listening to the love songs of form, longing for formless. What are these energies undulating through our bodies, pulsating us into action? And this matter out of which our forms are made, what are these dancing particles of condensed radiance? What is the power we call life, appearing as a play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter into it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by the myriad of forms, innumerable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Let me into the wholeness beyond all these parts. Do me a favor, my love. Let me rest in your embrace. Refresh me with the elixir of your wisdom and ravish me with your truth. Walk your upper body to the right side of the mat. Feel that whole side body stretching. And take your upper body to the other side. Beautiful. Come back to center, downward facing dog. And step your right foot forward. Bring your left foot in just enough so both legs can go straight. Parshvottanasana. A deep bow. Tacking that right hip crease back. Just connecting here through the breath. If you want to go deeper into this stretch, go ahead and lift your right foot up. So you're just digging your right heel down into the mat and drawing it back. Back leg stays straight. And then lower that right foot down if you've lifted it up and swing your back leg up to the sky, coming into a standing split. Pointing the left toes to the floor. Keep the low belly drawn in. Bow deeply to this right leg. And then you'll step all the way back until that left knee drops down onto the floor, Anjaneyasana. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Send that knee forward, pointing right at that second toe. Beautiful work, everybody. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then go ahead and take your left elbow to your right knee, prayer twist. And if you'd like to, you can slowly lift your back knee up and off the mat. Or stay right where you are. Again, feel yourself falling back in space. Beautiful. Releasing your hands down to the floor. Step back, down, dog split. Taking that leg all the way back and up behind you. Your right leg back behind you. And if you want to take that through vinyasa, you can do that. You can also do it with your leg lifted. Keep the leg lifted through the vinyasa. Or just stay in your downward facing dog. Beautiful. When you're ready, that left foot will step forward, back foot will come in just enough so we'll go straight on both legs. Parshvottanasana. Again, keep the outer hips drawing back. Notice how long you can pull your spine. Front of your spine as well. So the front of the spine, the back of the spine gets long. Breath gets deeper. And then go ahead and move forward into that standing split. Be aware of the back foot pointing toward the floor. Scooping that low belly and deeply bowing over that standing leg. As you step all the way back, you're going to lower slowly the back knee down to the mat, Anjaneyasana, arms to the sky, front knee pointing right at that second toe. Beautiful. When your hands come to your heart center, take a breath in and then twist to the left, prayer twist, hooking that right elbow. Maybe that gives you the option of lifting that back knee or not. And then releasing those hands back down to the floor, sending that left leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Maybe moving through the vinyasa with the back leg up or just coming forward to plank with both feet on the floor or no vinyasa at all. Inhaling from downward facing dog, that right leg backing up behind you and sending your right knee forward for pigeon or turning over onto your back for pigeon on your back. Keeping those knees drawing in toward each other. Keeping the whole energy that we're always working with, taking those sit bones wide, scooping that low belly, elongating the spine. So easy to get super lazy here in pigeon. Not only easy, but it feels good. So you gotta push yourself to do a little work in pigeon. You're feeling like taking a little thigh stretch, walk your hands up. Taking your left hand back for your left ankle. I know I always like doing twisting thigh stretch, so you're welcome to do that, but I am suggesting today straight on thigh stretch, so left hand back to left ankle. Taking the heel toward your outer hip, not toward the middle of your butt. And then pressing that knee down, dragging it forward. Super beautiful. Nice. And as you feel ready, gentle release, downward facing dog. If you're on your back, you can feel free to stay there. We'll switch sides. Always remember, as you're releasing out of the pose, to be as mindful of hugging in, staying just as connected to what we do while we're in the pose. Inhaling your left leg back and up behind you. If you're coming from down dog, sending your left knee forward for pigeon, Ekapada, Raja Kapotasana. Squeezing those knees in, hollowing the low belly, so even rounding. I like to walk forward with my hands as if I'm walking over a big beach ball, so I'm keeping the ribs drawn in, sit bones back, yes, Sasha, and then lowering down to those elbows. Nice, Lynn. Breathing in and breathing out. Wisdom that lies in this moment. Beauty that can be very missed. Everything has to be our way because the mind gets caught up. If you would like to, from pigeon, walk up and take that thigh stretch, your right hand reaches back for your right ankle. You dig the knee down, you pull it forward. So you keep that. It's interesting, right? It's almost counterintuitive to do it like this because you think if I pull that that foot in toward my outer hip, that knee should stay lifted, but push that knee down and pull it forward to give you that extra really safe and strong and powerful stretch. And then as you release that, step back, downward facing dog and vinyasa of choice. We're going to find ourselves coming into Anjaneyasana, so right foot forward. So take your time to get there. Right foot forward, back knee on the mat. And we're going to take the thigh stretch here. And if you cannot do the thigh stretch, maybe you're healing a knee, that's fine. You can stay right here. If you'd like to, reach your left hand back for your left ankle, bringing your heel off the floor. Again, making sure your knee is further back than your hip, and then digging the knee down and pulling it forward. If you have a hold of that back foot and you want to raise your right arm up to the sky, you can do that. If you're not reaching back for that ankle, you can raise both arms up to the sky. Lisa, take your outer armpit back more. There it is. Keep the knee moving forward. Lean back. Nice breath. Lean back. Almost every pose can be a back bend, right? Good. Gentle release, hands to the floor, jump switch. So jump your other foot forward or step switch or crawl switch. Good. Hands on your thighs or arms to the sky. And we're going to take thigh stretch here, reaching your right hand back to your right ankle or staying right where you are. Outer armpit back, throat back. There's something so beautiful to take the throat back. Feels so good. Gently release, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank and lower down to your belly. And you're going to stay here. Turn your cheek to the side for a moment. And turn your cheek to the other side. Just feel this big back body, the breath in the back body. And draw yourself up to Sphinx pose, so your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then take your right forearm and cross it in front of you so it parallels the front of your mat. And then take your left hand back to hold your left ankle. So your right arm is just propping you up. And then again, dig the knee down into the floor. Pull it forward and think of that heel drawing to your outer hip. Scoop that low belly, draw that navel in, and then pull your heart forward. And gently release. And try the other side. Spread your toes even. Something very magnificent about spreading your toes in all of these poses. That activation of that shin energy. And gently release. Just turn over onto your back, please. You can just bend your knees and plant your feet. And take a moment here. Call this constructive rest pose, right? If you would like to take bridge pose with a block underneath your sacrum, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, lift your hips up off the floor, clasping your hands underneath you maybe, or robot arms with your shoulders pressed into the floor, lifting through the heart. Make sure your chin is lifted here so the sides of the throat remain nice and long, and breathe deeply. Play a little bit with what it feels like in the tops of your thighs, not to get hard. So there's a lightening in the tops of the thighs. Very hard to do in back bends, but worth giving it a shot to try. If you're on a block, stay there because it feels good. If you're not on a block, now slowly start to release through the groins. The tops of the groins release you back down. Butt comes down slow. Once you dissolve down to the floor, really push your inner groins down. And then lift up one more time. Fight the urge to pop the thighs up and get them hard. Play with keeping the inner groins moving down and wide, and then the soft scoop of your tailbone. It's interesting, from the front of your ankles, you feel that sense of drawing back because that's stability. But from your hips, you press out through your thighs all the way to your knees. That's called length. And once again, taking it from the tops of the thighs, releasing back down slowly. And maybe if you're on that block, go ahead and remove the block and come on down. Now I kind of want a full wheel pose or camel pose or a bridge pose one last time. So this is your last final back bend. So if you haven't taken a full wheel for a while, press those hands by those ears and give it a shot. If you want to come up into your camel, I think that's really beautiful as well. Coming up onto your knees, reaching back for your ankles. I also think that some of you can scoot yourself up to a wall, place your hands on a wall to help you come up into the wheel pose. That's a wonderful option to get that feeling of really securing those shoulders onto your back. Good. And come on down. Just pause for a moment. I'm going to give you an option to go upside down. So if you would like to stay here and go into shoulder stand, you're welcome to do that. Shoulder stand, headstand. Hands, oops. Oh no. That was a good forward roll though. I like that. That's all we can wish for, Allison, is to roll into a forward roll. You did that beautifully and gracefully. Power of the mind. That's why we go upside down, right? Turn our world upside down. Be in that unknown, that shaky ground, that unfamiliar place. I found myself this weekend with my wonderful Greenwich sisters. I was in a very interesting place of the unknown. They tend to do things very different than I do things. And I had moments where that my head got caught up. And I had to really tell myself that if I get caught up in my head, I'm going to miss the magic that I came for. It's the beauty, right, of talking ourselves off the ledge of our mind. And it was truly beautiful, beyond beautiful. Couldn't have asked for anything more perfect. But my mind didn't say that many times. So you take one more minute here. So whatever you found yourself in, take one last minute. Begin to draw yourself back down, whether you're on your back, hug your knees into your chest. If you're in headstand, handstand, slowly come down. And take care of yourself for just a moment. If you were in headstand, child's pose. If you're in shoulder stand, maybe just roll your head from side to side. And then if you're in child's pose, stay there. Or if you're seated, stay there. We're going to arrive back up to sit. So everybody roll up to sit. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Bending your right knee. Letting your right knee fall out to the side for Janu Shirshasana, and then bow forward. That right knee should be completely falling out to the side, whereas your right foot is in. There it is. Good. And then inhale, navel's drawn in, come one up. Super sweet. Let's try the other side. Enter into this mystery, this magic, this moment. And then come on up, come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Take 3 minutes in silent meditation. You may choose to take your thumb and first finger to touch, or any other mudra that draws you in. Maybe sitting up on a blanket if that feels good to you. Closing the eyes and either watching the mind, watching the breath, taking it into any form of meditation that serves you well. Stay here as long as you like. Come on down to lie on your back for Shavasana. Ever so gently begin to deepen your breath. And your body stretching you on in any way that serves you well. If you're lying on your back, hug your knees into your chest, roll to the right side, come on up to sit. Yeah, I'm completely honored to say that quite a few of you have gone through Natural Yoga's teacher training. But if any of you are interested in doing teacher training, it begins in less than a month, or if you know anybody who is, please let me know. Another wild ride is ahead of us for sure. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Thank you for walking this path with me with such mystery and such magic and such brilliance and such radiance. Inhale for the sound of Om, deep breath in. Om. Om. Sliding your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a brilliant day. I love you. See you soon.
Thank you, Sheryl.